Hi everyone. I'm making this video because the Super Bowl talk's still trending, and I want to give my take and what I think what most Americans are missing about the halftime show and the NFL too. And to go in right away into it, I think we gotta start mentioning what is the NFL. NFL is just a company, an American company with a product, and their product is an American football. So I think what they're trying to do is, since they've been they have been telling that they want to expand and grow their market, we got to think about how companies in America do that. So how they do that normally, it is by layoff, stock buybacks, or outsourcing, right? And in this case, I think in the halftime show, the NFL outsourced the English language to Spanish to captivate that broader audience. But Americans are getting in their feelings because they don't understand what they're saying. But companies don't care about skin color, beliefs, feelings, or anything. They just follow money, man. And that's what's going on. They're trying to expand their market by outsourcing, and what they're outsourcing is your language, and Americans are in their feelings because of that. And if you take feelings out of the equation, it's gonna make a lot of more sense, you know. So if they're trying to outsource, well, if you see what happened in that moment, and all this fuss that is brewing before and after, he's been saying that he's gonna always saying, Bad Bunny, he was saying that he was gonna talk in Spanish. So even that, they even include Lady Gaga in there, and you have your English son. But you gotta understand that Americans were not the target for that product. Since they're trying to expand, they're trying to reach the Spanish talkers community, you know, outside the US. So think about that. So you're trying to get to a market that doesn't care about American football. You're trying to introduce them a product. How you gonna introduce a new product without anything they can relate of? So what they did, they outsourced English for Spanish, so they can understand, to give them something to tune in and watch the Super Bowl, you know, in other part of the country. But my take on it is like, while you guys were like, most of the people were angry and stuff, and mad because English wasn't the main point of the show, of the Super Bowl show. You forgot what the purpose of the company was, you know, and that's what's going on. Companies don't follow feelings. They just, company goes where the money flows, man. And right now, Bad Bunny is real trending around the world. It's the number one, you know, and they're trying to capitulate on that, you know, capitalize on that. Sorry, and that's it, man. And since the Americans are not the target for how I say that, like the customer they're targeting, that's why they don't even care about it. They were on a mission, and when they're saying that they reached the cap with the Americans, man. And how you gonna do that, you know, without giving them something to feel like they belong, you know, in the American football? Think about that, because they already got soccer. and you're trying to introduce a new product, you know, and you're trying to get that product without anything to relate to. So I think that's why they use the Super Bowl and went with Bad Bunny, you know. And the thing is, since Americans has been asking for an American show for quite a bit, you know, and the NFL hasn't given them that because have another plans for the company. They want to expand, you know, and reach another markets, you know. I think that's the main goal, and where Americans are failing to see, you know. They're a company, man, and that's what they're doing. They're outsourcing your language to get a broader market. That's basically it. And after that, what every results in that, the Turning Point USA and everything like that, now they gotta think how to make it work for both ways. But this was basically an experiment, you know. And I feel bad to see that, because at the end of the day, the NFL is a company, a corporation, man. And corporations don't care about feelings, you know. They just want to make profits bigger, you know. And I understand that the NFL, football, and it's an American-made sport, American football, dude. But it reached the peak with your customer base, you know. I think they're looking at it the wrong way, man. That's it. And that's my take on it, you know. And it's hard, and in that moment, while the NFL bypassed that request of the show being in English, automatically start that feeling in Americans of minority. And why I say that, because even though that was a full stadium, that capacity is fixed to a number, you know, while the screens can reach a broader audience. And that's what they have been doing, changing the format of the Super Bowl halftime show to make it more appealing in the TV. And right now, Americans were not the customer base they were targeting at that moment. They were targeting Spanish talkers, you know. And while you guys were making a fuss and pissed because he wasn't singing in English, what he was doing? He was empowering. I know that it might sound racist sometimes, you know, empowering other countries other than America, but America is not only the United States, you know, and that's what they're trying to do. Just capture a broader audience, you know, and thinking about that way, man, is they just outsource your language, the English language, and you guys got hurt, you know. But if you see your culture right now, America, the United States of America, culturally, it's becoming more mixed every day, dude. So it's cornering all those white values. Also, we gotta understand that now we got more information medias, you know. It's not only the two legacy medias they got out there. So think it in that way, man. Like it's a business, man, and they're doing the normal American practice for businesses. I want to expand my market, so what I need to do? Either they're not gonna lay off people, right? So other stuff they can do. They don't have to change their chain supply, maybe a little bit, but their customer base they were targeting, it wasn't Americans, and you're failing to see that. And I understand that you wanted to see a show in English and stuff like that, but companies don't care about feeling, and they're trying to make more money, man. And that's what's happening right now. Now, after this, if they want to do another show, and they're also following trends too, man. That's why they're trying to make the more profit they can, you know. I don't know, man. It's been weird, and I think, like, once you start looking at the NFL for what it is, it's a business. Everything's gonna be more clear, man, and it will solve any differences between people and stuff, you know. I think this is looking like a tantrum, you know, because, dude, we're next to each other. It's two differences of languages, you know. Eventually, America is gonna be it is already a multicultural spot, United States of America, and Americans will have to make an effort to learn other languages, you know, not only English. And I don't want to offend you, you know, or anything like that, but it's the truth that it's changing in your faces, guys, in your faces. America is changing in your faces, you know. I don't know, man. I think that's my take on it, you know. I hope you guys, could help you understand it a little bit better. I think that's my point of view of it. I hope this give you a different take on it. So take care, guys.